Okay, this is Koda. Koda's here for a social session. Being the breed he is, very strong prey drive, rough player, rough, tough dog, pretty much. Can be around dogs, but today's all about establishing at what level can he be around dogs. What triggers does he have to give the owner an answer of, what protocol they should have with this dog when it comes to being around dogs in public and so forth. Okay, Marty's coming in with a dog here. So first step is, we're looking for, can he be in front of a dog and stay fairly relaxed? Their answer is yes. But see this stiffness here and see this relaxed behaviour? This is what we want. This is what we don't necessarily want. We get a bit of teeth chatter sometimes out of Koda, which is like a high stimulated dog. High sort of, you can use the word anxiety, but really just stimulated is the way it is, and where that's going to go to a fight, looking for a challenge. See this stiffness, how he creeps up? This is not what you want. Okay, let's see if he accepts a meeting off this dog at the back. So Martin's going to follow this sort of protocol that we cover. Yeah, turn the camera around. So he can accept a meeting. Bean, buddy. Bean. Good boy. Even that. Good. Okay, so he can accept a meeting. Yeah, he's stiff, but he's not turning and growling. This step alone can be a good way just to get some trust into your dog, realizing you're going to introduce it to nice dogs and that they can trust you as an owner, that you're not going to make it be uncomfortable, be attacked, and be a threat. And obviously being at the back end, we're keeping things a lot safer. We're avoiding the heavy eye contact, which is going to trigger your dog and lead to fights for sure. That's reverse. Now Martin's going to hold Bean and we're going to bring Koda to the back. Koda, let's see whether Koda wants to meet at the back end. The fact that he wants to stay there, but see how he's looking to the front more. He'll meet. Good. Good boy. Good boy. And then when you take him away, we don't sort of pull too hard and do anything aggressive. We just bring him away calmly. Good. So first initial sort of meeting, not horrible. A little bit of stiffness. Not ideal, but not terrible. Okay, so now Martin and I relax with the leads. And we're going to try and let them make as many good choices as we can. But again, what I want you to watch is Koda's stiffness and Bean's relaxed behaviour. Okay? Let's see how much. See that there? That's what we don't want. That's why I pulled him away. That stiffness, that stalking, we've got to mark that behaviour. If you don't mark that, correct, whatever word you want to use, that would have been straight away 100% a growl. And a jump, and possibly, couldn't get the word out, possibly a bite attempt, you never know. Okay, and that's what we're going to muzzle. Bring him back over, and again, we monitor that behaviour. But we don't care whether Koda's friends with this dog. Remember, owners, stop trying to force your dog to be a friend. What I care about is that Koda can be around a dog. So this avoidance was pretty much probably come from that one little correction I gave you. Koda will pretty quickly figure out the easiest way to avoid getting in trouble around this dog is just don't pay much attention to it. And if that's a choice he wants to make, that's a good choice. Good boy. Good. So he can accept the meeting, but if you're an owner of a dog like this, it's not a bad dog, it's just not good at being social. This is not an attack on the breed, it's just what he is as a dog. Okay? It's just what he is. Understand that the meeting there was good, but don't get so relaxed where you're looking off in the distance and the next thing is a turn and there's a snap. We want to have them relaxed. What we're going to do now is let Marty drop the lead and let Bean make his own choices. So in this instant, we obviously monitor the dog that is the one that's nervous, that's anxious, that's aggressive, that's whatever term you want to use, and we let the other dog walk free. A dog like Bean is very quick at figuring out whether he should or shouldn't go near him. Good boy. Bean. Hey, Bean. Hey, Bean. Good boy. All right, a little bit. No. Good. Keep him relaxed. Just correct that behaviour. But see how if you get in early, you don't need to be overly aggressive. And I don't want to be overly aggressive. If we mark early, we're very preemptive. You can be a lot lighter on a dog. You can go almost to this instead of pulling a lead hard if you correct your behaviour early. Bean. You see how he's not relaxed? See this just sitting like this? That's okay. It doesn't have to be friends. We don't need him to be. We just need him to be around dogs. If he wants to meet like that, I'll let that go all day. see how he comes to the front? He's constantly looking for that bit of eye contact. I don't like it out of him. I don't like it out of any dog that's not relaxed. If he was this nature, relaxed and flopping around, and he was coming up to the eyes, I haven't got a problem. But eye contact matched with stiffness pretty much equals trouble. So we've got to really be careful with that, okay? Okay, we've got my dog here, Nash. Now let's do the same thing, Marty. Okay. Good. So that's a couple of dogs now where he's willing to accept the meeting. Let's reverse that now. Let's bring him to the back. Now, actually, let's do a little test, Marty. I want you to walk him towards the middle of my dog. I want to see where Kota chooses to go, the back or the front. Okay, went to the middle, but better than the eye contact. I would have expected. Okay, so see how he comes straight to the front? Now, there's a reason my dog reacted then. It's the vibe Kota gives off. I know my dog, and he won't react like that unless he's uncomfortable. So let's see if Kota learns from that. Okay, let's relax with him a little bit on lead. Okay, good boy. Now, would you agree, Martin, that's a bit more relaxed? Did you see that tail, guys? So Nash is the first dog to correct Kota. And then his tail went more to a low side to side. I think it was a bit of a combination, a little bit of stiffness, but he definitely looked for a bit more of acceptance there. Nash, over here, buddy. So we're bringing them together. We're not forcing the meeting, but we're just sort of having them around each other. That was actually really good because he responded to that correction off Nash. Good. Okay, so I'm going to drop his lead. Let's drop his lead, Marty. And we'll both just monitor both dogs. Good. That's the fastest his tail's gone. That's the fastest his tail's gone through that correction. So the feedback we got from that, is that with a dog that will, obviously dogs and muzzles, don't love them. Sometimes you got to encourage them. That a dog that'll stand up for itself, not be aggressive and try to fight him. He took on that correction really well. Kota, buddy, over here, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Who's your muzzle, mate? Oh no, can't blame you. Good boy. Okay. So what I would take out of that is that we need to put Kota around, obviously, the correct dogs. Not dogs that are going to fight him, but dogs that are confident and can sort of correct his behaviour and tell him what's acceptable and what's not. And he took that really well. Okay, they don't want to play together, but neither of us have got a lead in their hands. That was good. So now we're going to build this up to a few dogs. We've got Nash in here off lead now. Got Kota here. We're not going to try and flood him and make him uncomfortable. We're going to build up to a couple of dogs because the goal today is to really see if he can be around. So we've got an opposite to Nash. Nash is a happy dog, but this dog's, these breeds obviously the epitome of being happy. So let's see if Kota feels he can challenge this dog because, again, it's not a dog that probably will stand up for itself. But let's do our meeting.
Mishka's pretty good.
Mishka. Yeah, actually, Mishka will. She'll stand up herself. Let's do our meeting. Let's teach this protocol. Teach your dog that. Mishka. Good. Good girl. Good. And that's long enough. Good. And then we reverse it. And we bring him up to the back. Nice. Long enough. Avoiding that eye contact. Then we go to relaxed leads. And we see what stiffness we get. We see if we get... See that there? So he ran straight in and sort of that uncomfortable behaviour again. If you relax with Mishka a bit. Mishka. Kota. But the only way your dog's going to learn out there is you've got to correct, mark, whatever you want to call it, and then you've got to try and get them back with dogs, and you've got to try and teach them these behaviours are unacceptable. But remember, you can't change your dog's personality. You can't change your DNA. They are what they are. You've got to accept that. But just have a goal that this is a great goal, to have him around dogs. Tail's nice. And remember, guys and girls, tail's not always accurate. Okay, but a low side to side is a good tail. Okay, we don't want it up in the air. Okay, let's drop leads, Marty, where we'll just monitor the dogs. I wouldn't do this without Martin in here helping me. Obviously, we just monitor here and correct any behaviour. Good. And don't forget, your dog feels the presence of people that know what they're doing. So if you're an owner who doesn't... So that's a little rough play. Okay, nope, Mishka. Okay, so Mishka, I would say sort of initiated that, not in a bad way. We've got two dogs that are, you know, strong-willed, for the lack of a better term. Not horrible. We don't panic about the behaviour. That's why we have a muzzle on. We let them go again, to a degree. Martin will monitor Koda, and I'll sort of let Mishka walk again. We're not being unrealistic here. We're not trying to get them to be besties. We just want them to be around each other. We want them to be able to be in public, walk past dogs. Mishka gives off a lot of energy, and I don't think he No! See how he doesn't deal with that energy? Okay, so we're learning. Every dog we do, we're learning. Koda's not a dog that deals with high energy dogs. It's too much stimulation for him, which is common to, you know, Staffy breeds or terrier breed. They're just, that overstimulation tends to trigger that high drive in them, that high prey, play, wrestle, growl sort of drive. So we don't want to have him around this high drive dog. Mishka's fine, but that high energy in that body definitely triggers him. So we've learned something. This is the sort of dog he needs to be around. A confident, happy dog, but not jumpy and crazy. Because they haven't had an issue. Nash had one growl at him. If you notice, Koda hasn't gone back to Nash to give him trouble, but he doesn't deal with high energy dogs. Martin, my dog trainer / apprentice, what do you want to call it? A dog trainer. Asked interesting question. Why do you think Mishka reacted to Koda, but Koda kept going? And I thought about it for a second. I think the difference is this. Mishka's body language was conflicted. So it was happy, going backwards, growling. Now, you gotta laugh at my analogy, but I use it all the time. It's like the people who think they can fight but can't fight. They're all talk, they're all bluff. People who are confident pick up on that and they keep going. So what I'm saying is I believe Koda with Mishka realised Mishka's full of it, can't really fight, not going to defend herself, kept going. The difference is, if you think back, with his growl, it was a lot more serious, don't you think, Martin? Yeah. It was a real, like, and Nash stood his ground. He didn't go backwards. He gave that snap, he stood there, and Koda went, not that dog. But saw Mishka and went, you're all bluff. That's the best way. I'd say Koda picked up on this being bluff and Nash being serious. But we learn a lot. High stimulated dogs that'll give a growl, wrong dogs for Koda to be around. Dogs that are confident, calm, okay, not too crazy, can be around. Doesn't mean they'll be best friends, but I really learn about personalities here and what Koda can be around. Okay, so now the training session, we're at the point of, we're not sort of testing anymore, we're really monitoring behaviour. And we're gonna make it very clear to both these dogs and all dogs. See that look there? Nothing to do with Nash. He gave me a little side, I went, no, not that dog. Now we're trying to establish a protocol of what's acceptable around dogs. And nothing more than this. This is what we want. Okay, just looking.
Nope.
Good, Marty, good. See that little intention there? Good. See the little look up it gave to Marty then? Nice. We can reward that because that was good. That was subtle. Koda looked, Marty went no, little pop of the leads, went in the sit position. That is where you correct a behaviour. That's where you mark a behaviour. Not when they jump on top. The only reason we let that happen before is we're learning about Koda, but now there's no more freebies. There's no more of that behaviour. Now we're looking to improve behaviour. And again, we can't make him be friends. We're not trying to do that today. We're trying to get him to understand that what is acceptable around dogs. You do not have to be friends. Okay? The whole goal is just to be around dogs. And be able to walk in public and understand that there's rules. We've got to have manners in this world. Okay, a little happy lab here. So what I've got Martin to do now, instruct him to do, is be very preemptive. Now there's no more freebies. There's no more building, nothing. We want nice around a dog. Doesn't have to be friends, but we want nice. Okay, that's good, good. And this is why I like slip leads. If Kota chose to spin around, then Martin's got a lot more control of the dog. Okay, let's see. Little bit. Yeah, good. You see that little build there? Where Kota sort of rose up like his chest filled with air. Then guide him away. Nice. People out there, that there's a big deal. When a dog lays down in front of other dogs, to me, only time I see that is a dog who's starting to understand what's expected of it. I call that like a default position, go to a sit or a down going, I'm just going to lay down and chill out. Okay? Good, a little bit of tension, but Kota made a good choice there. You know, we've got to try and allow Kota to learn. See that stiffness? Good. It's just in their DNA, guys. It's just, they just can't help it sometimes. Not bad dogs for it. Let's try a little engagement, Marty. Come towards this dog and then redirect back the other way with a let's go or whatever.
Let's go. Yeah.
Good. And that's where if you're going to use food, Marty might reward. As he calls back.
Koda, let's go.
Good. Good job. What we avoided there was any lead pull. Because sometimes the lead pull is what creates tension as well. We want to try and use our voice only if we can.
Koda, let's go.
Nice. That was a good let's go. That was beautiful. Good job, Koda. That was really good. Do one more of those. So just working on some engagement, some disengaging from the dog and then engaging back with you.
Koda, let's go.
Beautiful. And Kota doesn't necessarily need a treat there, by the way, everyone. Food, a pat and praise is pretty valuable to Kota. Okay, so now we're at the point where we're just working on, like I said, engagement, getting disengaged and stay relaxed around dogs. We don't need to go down the off lead. I've got the muzzle off because he's going to stay on lead. We're just trying to get Kota so the owners can be around dogs, walking in public and have him under control. That's all we're after. A new dog in. Now, without even meaning now, we're going to work on some disengagement. I'm going to see if he has got a food drive. I don't mind rewarding with food if he really responds to it well. Kota, let's go. Okay. Because he hasn't met, he's got that little bit of tension, wants to meet. The reason I'm not letting him meet, he's not going to get to meet dogs in public. Can't always walk up to dogs. So he's got to be able to engage or disengage without getting the meeting done first. He just wants to get this meeting, but he's not going to get to do that. So we're going to work on him focusing without the meeting, and it's going to be a lot harder. Kota, let's go. No, no. It's not horrible body language, by the way, but he can't get to this thing. Because we're in public now. Use your imagination. We're in public. Kota, leave it. Yes, good boy. Good. Try and stay relaxed. Walk up again. No. Leave it. Yes, good boy. Okay, good boy. And if we are going to use food in this instance, this is where you'd mark it. Do it here. It's got a food engagement. Let's go. Leave it. Yes. So now we can focus on the food. See at the start he couldn't focus. He was 2-1 tracked on this dog. Couple of little corrections. Now he's switching on. Good boy. If you're in public with this dog, you pre-present this food. You don't normally do that in obedience necessarily. But for him, I want to keep him engaged, so I'm going to use it if it's going to work. I'm not against food, but you've got to know the limits of it. In this case, it works right here. Doesn't mean it's going to work in the real world. Good boy. If you have a marker, you're going to use your clicker, your yes, whatever you're going to do. So if I walk up, you wiggles up. Yes, good. I'm going to mark that with a yes and reward his behavior. But please don't go out thinking this is your answer to everything. Don't rely on it. It's a tool in conjunction with equipment, with training, with voice, with body. There's a lot of strings to your bow. Okay, it's not that simple. Let's not use the food this time. Good boy. Leave it. Good boy. I'm not really doing much here. I'm just looking to see if he stays engaged with me. Yes. Good boy. This is where I would reward. If I'm walking around like this, nope. Marty probably saw that from his angle. It wasn't horrible, but there's a little bit of a stare. There's no looking at these dogs. Good. And that second lap there, he didn't try to look around the corner. If I go the other way, so you can all see him, come around. Let's go. Leave it. Good. You don't eat food all the time. Let's go. Leave it. Good. Sit. If you can listen in front of other dogs, it's even better. Come. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Good boy, Koda. So we can do this. Leave it. Leave it. No. Okay, so I gave him a couple of chances there. Didn't respond. I had to use that lead. He's got to listen. Leave it. Yes, good. That's when he gets the food. He's going to do it. Not when if you have to step in and you have to physically correct him and guide him away, that doesn't get food. That doesn't get good or anything. He's got to make the decision to earn that reward. Let's do one more and see if he earns it. Let's leave it. Yes, good boy. Yes, beautiful, buddy. Good boy. Nice. So they're good choices. Let him relax a little bit. He's more concerned about the camera. Who's filming? Good. Don't get involved too early. Just watch your dog carefully in his behavior. His tail's good. He's pretty relaxed. His mouth is open. He's not teeth chattering. Good boy. Not looking for eye contact. Good boy. And again, this is a dog under control. We showed before, he doesn't deal with high energy very well, but he can deal with dogs. Good boy, Koda. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And then if you can get obedience happening out of the dogs, you're definitely getting a dog that's engaging better. Koda, sit. Yes, good sit, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. That's the way. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to do a real world meeting out the front of the training facility, because inside often dogs become environmentally obedient, they listen, but out in the real world it's more challenging. I must apologise about the sound if it's not very good. I wasn't going to video today, so I don't have my speakers, but this is good training for you to see, so it's worth putting up with bad sound. So we're out at the front here with Koda, and we're going to do a walk by, and we're going to work on the same protocol principles and see what control with Koda we get. If someone using a slip lead, make sure they're high under the ears, right up behind the ears. I'm keeping this short but loose. It's a loose lead. Okay, I'm keeping my what I call steering wheel very short. And there's Marty down there. So let's go. The dog will take as much lead as you give them. So if I keep it short but loose, Koda stays here. Okay, this is what we want to remember. Don't allow them. See that little bit of a low body language there where he's getting down low? Not what we want. We're only aiming to walk past the dog. Let's go. Good. Beautiful. That's all we want, walking past dogs. Okay, let's go dog to dog now. So I'm going to give a little preemptive leave it, but calmly. Leave it. Nope. Let's go. Quick.
Leave it.
So they're both a little eyes staring at each other. It's a little tricky to manage because I'm videoing at the same time. But I'll do my best. Good. So we'll do that again. So that wasn't necessarily Koda triggering that. We've got two sort of really strong temperament dogs.
Leave it.
Nope. Okay, so Willow's giving a lot of stares there, which is triggering Koda. And what did I say before? The dog's going to get triggered by dogs. Doesn't matter how good they are. You go, if the wrong dog comes along that has similar personality, they're going to be triggered. Koda, sit. Put Koda in a sit, and we'll do a walk by. Leave it. Good. He's allowed to look. To expect your dog not to look is damn near impossible. They're going to look. That's how it is. Now let's do a follow now. You keep going that way. So I'm just going to follow Willow. Koda's got to walk at my pace. She is. It's a loose lead. Look. Koda and Willow in front. Koda beside. Now I'm going to go past. You slow down, Marty. I'm going to do a walk by. Good boy. This is where I've had a third hand right now. There's a car coming here. I would be rewarding Koda for engagement with me. But I've got a video at the same time, so I can't. Look at that. Sit. Good boy. so I can't. But if he looked up at me right now, I'm going to be engaging with me. I'm going to reward. I'm going to do a U-turn, come back around, and go dog past dog. Good boy, Koda. Yes, that was beautiful. Okay, let's come up in front of each other. Koda, sit. As if we've met in the street. We're two long-lost friends, haven't seen each other. Our dogs can't come together, but they've got to sit in front of each other. Hey, Marty, 20 years since I've seen you before, blah, blah, blah.
Lovely dog.
This is what we want. They do not have to meet. Stop thinking your dogs are going to meet. We've established that with all dogs, especially Koda's style dog. Okay, but he can be around a dog. They're both avoiding each other right now, not looking for any eye contact. And the owner, whoever had this dog in hand, would be the same thing, and me as well. What did I say earlier? You're going to correct that behavior straight away. Don't let it build. As soon as they make eye contact and start staring, we're giving a let's go, a leave it. We get an engagement, however we want to get it. Neither of them want anything to do with each other. They're staring over here at something.
Old lady.
Staring at a lady walking in the shop. Okay, they're both looking. Now I do a Koda, let's go. Beautiful. That was awesome engagement. That was so good. Got Marty up behind, up there. Koda down here. And that'll be the finish of it. It was so good. We got some good result there today. Tricky to deal with, interesting to read the personality. I think Koda did really, really good. Got some good engagement, and what we established there is what style of dog Koda can be around, what Koda can deal with, and that's what you got to do with your dogs. Understand that about your dog. They're not a bad dog for not liking certain personalities. As humans, we select who we like as well. Dogs do the same. So that is your job to work out. Can they be around this sort of dog or not? Don't put them in an environment where you know they can't deal with it. Taking your scared dog to the beach that is terrified and barking, and you keep repeating that behavior, you're going to keep getting the worst reactivity all the time. Give them a break from that. Change where you go. Don't take them to an area that triggers your dog. Don't put your dog around dogs that trigger your dog. It can be tricky, especially if dogs are off lead in public and they run up to your dog. I get it, but you've got to do the best to monitor that and advocate for your dog. So the takeaways from today, I believe for you should be that you need to be very preemptive. Any good trainer that trains reactive dogs, I don't like using the term reactive for all dogs because a lot of them are just being instinctive. But if you're using the term reactive, number one tip they will give you is that you've got to be, call it 10 steps ahead of your dog. When you see your dog's body language change, a look to the left, a closed mouth, a teeth chatter, you've got to correct, distract, engage, whatever term you want to use with your dog. Yes, I let Koda react a couple of times on purpose here and there because we wanted to see what triggered him. But then when we established that, we set a very clear line of what's acceptable. And then when we set that line, we didn't get that behavior again because we didn't let it happen. Would it have happened if we didn't correct and jump on the behavior? Yes, it's still in Koda. Don't think that Koda doesn't want to do it anymore. But what he learned is that we didn't accept it. That is the difference. So as usual, if this video helped you out, this impromptu video, spontaneous video that I wasn't going to do, please give it a subscribe, do the right thing. I really believe it. If you're not going to do the right thing, and you enjoy the content, and you learn a lot from it, you're not going to do the right thing, don't watch my videos. I think it's a fair request. You're not paying $1 for this. You're learning so much. Hitting that little button is appreciated very much. But I love doing these, and I hope I'm helping people out that can't get to me for training. Often people can't do this because you don't have a training facility. So if you are around my area, come to me, I can help you. If not, find another trainer that can help you out to manage your dog. As you can see, they can all be managed. They can all be managed. You just have to know what you're doing and help them through and to learn their protocol, their system, whatever you want to call it. See you next time. Bye.